If you're over 50, listen closely, because what I'm about to share might be the simplest, most practical, and most doable daily routine you'll ever find to keep your body strong, mobile, and energized. And the craziest part, it comes from a group of people who consistently live longer, healthier lives than almost anyone else on the planet: Japanese elders. These men and women, many in their 70s, 80s, even 90s, move with a kind of quiet strength and fluid ease that leaves people half their age wondering how they're doing it. And no, they're not in the gym, they're not lifting heavy weights, they're not doing intense cardio, and they're definitely not following complicated workout plans. They're simply doing 7 natural, low-stress movements every single day. Movements that keep their joints alive, their muscles activated, and their balance sharp. Today, I'm giving you that exact routine with real explanations in a smooth, clear flow, so you can follow along and feel the difference starting tomorrow morning.
If you're over 50, one of the most important things you can do for your health isn't necessarily hitting the gym or trying to push yourself through intense workouts. It's about moving your body in ways that feel natural, sustainable, and consistent. This is exactly what Japanese elders have mastered over decades of life, and the results are remarkable. In villages and towns across Japan, people in their 70s, 80s, and even 90s demonstrate a vitality that is often hard to believe. They carry themselves with a quiet strength, bend down to pick up objects with ease, climb stairs without hesitation, and even carry out daily chores with energy that most younger adults envy. What sets them apart isn't some secret supplement or exotic diet. It's a commitment to daily movement. 7 specific types of movements that have become ingrained in their routines over a lifetime. These movements aren't complicated, they don't require expensive equipment, and they certainly don't involve painful, high-intensity training sessions. They are designed to support the body in a way that respects natural biomechanics, strengthens muscles without strain, and keeps joints flexible and responsive. Over time, this daily practice creates a remarkable resilience in the body. One of the most noticeable benefits is how effortlessly these elders can maintain balance and coordination. Many people over 50 struggle with minor falls, stiff knees, or wobbly ankles, but those who follow similar movement patterns as Japanese elders often glide through activities that others find challenging. This is because their daily routines involve motions that engage stabilizing muscles, improve proprioception, and promote fluid motion. Every small bend, twist, and reach contributes to building a body that can respond effectively to changes in terrain, sudden shifts in balance, or unexpected movements. Another incredible aspect is how these movements help preserve muscle mass in a gentle but effective way. As we age, we naturally lose muscle, which can affect metabolism, posture, and overall strength. Yet, the elders in Japan demonstrate that maintaining muscle isn't about heavy lifting or grueling exercise routines. It's about consistent, purposeful movement that challenges the body just enough to stimulate strength, but not so much that it causes stress or injury. They lift groceries, stretch, squat lightly, and rotate their joints in ways that work multiple muscle groups simultaneously, keeping their bodies toned and functional. This approach also helps in maintaining cardiovascular health. While it's not intense cardio, the cumulative effect of moving frequently throughout the day, walking, bending, stretching, and performing these 7 movements keeps blood circulating efficiently, improves oxygen flow, and supports heart function. It's a reminder that health isn't always about pushing the limits in short bursts. It's about consistent, moderate activity that your body can adapt to and benefit from every day. Equally impressive is how this movement culture promotes mental clarity and focus. The elders in Japan often perform these routines mindfully, paying attention to their posture, breathing, and alignment. This mindfulness component reduces stress, improves mental alertness, and creates a stronger connection between mind and body. Unlike high-stress workouts that can leave you feeling drained, these movements leave you feeling refreshed, calm, and ready to take on daily tasks with ease. One of the most practical lessons we can take from this is that the most effective health strategies for people over 50 are not always the ones that demand the most effort in the shortest time. Instead, the elders' approach is all about consistency, integration, and sustainability. You don't need to carve out an hour at the gym or exhaust yourself with complicated equipment. You simply need to commit to movements that support your body, performed regularly in a way that can easily become a natural part of your day. Think about how many people start a workout program with enthusiasm only to burn out because the routine is too complex, too intense, or too time consuming. The Japanese elders teach us that longevity and functional strength come from a lifestyle that incorporates small, intentional actions repeatedly over decades. It's the compound effect of these daily movements that creates lasting results. And because these movements are low impact and adaptable, almost anyone over 50 can perform them, even those with minor joint issues, stiffness, or a history of inactivity. There's no pressure to push through pain or reach unrealistic targets. Instead, it's about encouraging your body to move, to stretch, to engage, and to respond to natural patterns of motion. This approach doesn't just improve physical health, but also supports independence. Being able to bend, reach, twist, and stand without strain means maintaining the ability to perform everyday tasks without relying on others. Simple activities like carrying groceries, climbing stairs, gardening, or even standing up from a chair become effortless, which directly impacts confidence and quality of life. Over time, these movements help to reduce the risk of falls, injuries, and chronic pain, which are some of the most common concerns for people over 50. They create a foundation of strength and flexibility that can sustain you well into later decades, making it possible to remain active, engaged, and self-sufficient. And the beauty of these movements is that they require no special clothing, no gym membership, and no complicated instructions. They fit seamlessly into daily routines, whether it's in the morning before breakfast, during a midday break, or while preparing dinner. The consistency is what matters most. Watching Japanese elders move in their daily lives is a lesson in patience, respect for one's body, and understanding that health is a lifelong journey, not a short-term goal. Every stretch, squat, twist, and step is intentional, functional, and beneficial. It's a reminder that staying active over 50 doesn't have to be intimidating or complicated. It just has to be regular, natural, and thoughtful. By adopting even a few of these movements into your own daily life, you start creating the same kind of resilience and vitality that allows Japanese elders to age gracefully, maintain independence, and enjoy life fully. It's not about chasing youth, it's about supporting your body so it can continue to move with ease, strength, and confidence. It's a lifestyle that honors the body's design, encourages sustainable habits, and proves that you don't need a gym or fancy equipment to achieve meaningful results.
One of the most important insights we can take from Japanese elders is that the intensity of exercise doesn't necessarily determine its effectiveness, especially after 50. Many people think that to stay strong and healthy, you have to lift heavy weights, run long distances, or follow complicated workout programs. That might work when you're younger, but as the body ages, those high-impact activities can cause more harm than good. Instead, what Japanese elders show us is that simple, low-stress movements performed consistently over time are far more effective for maintaining strength, mobility, and overall well-being. These movements are designed to work with the body, not against it, and they emphasize fluidity, balance, and joint health. When you move in ways that respect your body's natural mechanics, you strengthen muscles, tendons, and ligaments without overstressing them. This is why consistency matters more than intensity. It's not about pushing yourself to the point of exhaustion. It's about creating a routine that you can do every single day, gradually building strength, flexibility, and endurance in a safe, sustainable way. Over time, these low-stress movements have a compounding effect. Just like compound interest grows your money, consistent, gentle movement grows your body's resilience. Small daily actions add up to significant improvements in posture, muscle tone, and energy levels. The elders often perform movements that involve bending, twisting, stretching, and reaching, each targeting different areas of the body. Some engage the core, some strengthen the legs, some improve shoulder mobility, and others focus on balance. The key is that every movement is purposeful and functional, mimicking the motions we need in everyday life rather than artificial exercises designed solely for aesthetics or performance. Another remarkable aspect is how these movements impact joint health. High-impact workouts can accelerate wear and tear in knees, hips, and shoulders, leading to pain and reduced mobility. By contrast, low-stress, natural movements keep joints lubricated, maintain cartilage health, and prevent stiffness. This is why Japanese elders often move with fluid ease and rarely suffer from the joint problems so common in Western populations. Flexibility and mobility are essential as we age, and these gentle movements support both. Unlike traditional workouts that often focus on isolated muscles, these movements integrate the entire body, encouraging proper alignment, coordination, and balance. They train the body to move efficiently, which reduces strain during daily activities and helps prevent falls or injuries. Consistency also builds confidence. When you know you can perform a simple movement safely every day, it reinforces your sense of capability. You start noticing improvements in posture, breathing, and overall energy. Tasks that once felt challenging, standing from a chair, reaching for something on a high shelf, walking upstairs, become easier because your body has been trained gradually and safely. Mental benefits are another advantage. Low-stress movements performed consistently are meditative in nature. The focus required to perform each motion with intention enhances mind-body connection, improves concentration, and reduces stress. Unlike intense workouts that leave you drained, these movements leave you refreshed and mentally clear, making them ideal for anyone over 50 who wants to maintain both physical and mental health. There's also a lifestyle element embedded in this approach. Japanese elders incorporate these movements seamlessly into their daily routines. They are not isolated workouts on a schedule, they are natural, flowing actions integrated into life, bending to pick up groceries, squatting while gardening, stretching to reach objects, and walking with purpose. This integration reinforces the idea that movement is a constant, not an event, and it encourages lifelong adherence. Adopting this philosophy changes how we approach exercise. Instead of feeling pressured to do something extreme or complicated, we focus on creating habits that are enjoyable, manageable, and sustainable. Low-stress movements remove the intimidation factor and make it accessible for almost anyone, regardless of current fitness level. Even someone who has been sedentary for years can start with a few simple motions and gradually build strength, balance, and endurance in a safe, sustainable way. Over time, these low-stress movements have a compounding effect. Just like compound interest grows your money, consistent gentle movement grows your body's resilience. Small daily actions add up to significant improvements in posture, muscle tone, and energy levels. The elders often perform movements that involve bending, twisting, stretching, and reaching, each targeting different areas of the body. Some engage the core, some strengthen the legs, some improve shoulder mobility, and others focus on balance. The key is that every movement is purposeful and functional, mimicking the motions we need in everyday life rather than artificial exercises designed solely for aesthetics or performance. Another remarkable aspect is how these movements impact joint health. High-impact workouts can accelerate wear and tear in knees, hips, and shoulders, leading to pain and reduced mobility. By contrast, low-stress, natural movements keep joints lubricated, maintain cartilage health, and prevent stiffness. This is why Japanese elders often move with fluid ease and rarely suffer from the joint problems so common in Western populations. Flexibility and mobility are essential as we age, and these gentle movements support both. Unlike traditional workouts that often focus on isolated muscles, these movements integrate the entire body, encouraging proper alignment, coordination, and balance. They train the body to move efficiently, which reduces strain during daily activities and helps prevent falls or injuries. Consistency also builds confidence. When you know you can perform a simple movement safely every day, it reinforces your sense of capability. You start noticing improvements in posture, breathing, and overall energy. Tasks that once felt challenging, standing from a chair, reaching for something on a high shelf, walking upstairs, become easier because your body has been trained gradually and safely.
One of the most impressive things about the daily movements of Japanese elders is how effectively they enhance joint flexibility, balance, and overall body control. As we age, maintaining these qualities becomes increasingly important, yet most people over 50 struggle to incorporate them into their routines in a meaningful way. Many assume that flexibility and balance are things you either have or lose, but the elders show us that these are skills you can nurture and improve every single day with simple, intentional movement. The movements they practice are not about forcing the body into uncomfortable positions or attempting extreme stretches. Instead, they focus on gentle, functional motions that mimic natural everyday actions. This might include bending down to pick something up, reaching overhead, twisting the torso, or shifting weight from one foot to the other. Each of these motions engages multiple muscle groups and joints simultaneously, keeping the body coordinated and responsive. What's remarkable is how these seemingly small, low-stress movements accumulate over time to create profound improvements in mobility and stability. For instance, the hips, knees, and ankles are critical for balance and movement, yet they tend to stiffen with age, making walking, climbing stairs, or standing from a chair more difficult. The elders' daily routines include squatting, stepping, and shifting their weight in ways that actively maintain joint range of motion and flexibility. This prevents stiffness and ensures that movements remain fluid and effortless, which in turn reduces the risk of falls and injuries. Balance is another area where these movements make a huge difference. Many people over 50 experience minor slips or wobbles simply because their stabilizing muscles are weak or untrained. Japanese elders counteract this naturally by integrating movements that engage the core, glutes, and lower body in a coordinated fashion. Simple exercises like controlled leg lifts, gentle twisting motions, or standing on one leg while performing daily tasks train the body to react effectively to shifts in balance, improving overall stability and confidence in movement. But it's not just about balance in isolation. These movements cultivate a body that is coordinated as a whole. The elders demonstrate that strength, flexibility, and balance are interconnected. Improving one aspect often benefits the others. For example, maintaining strong legs supports stable joints, which in turn allows for smoother, more controlled movements. Developing flexibility reduces strain on muscles and tendons, allowing for better alignment and easier weight transfer. The synergy between these elements results in a body that moves naturally, efficiently, and safely, even in later decades of life. Another important factor is proprioception, which is the body's ability to sense its position in space. This ability often declines with age, contributing to falls and clumsiness. The elders' movements, though simple, constantly challenge and refine proprioception. Shifting weight, twisting, bending, and reaching all provide subtle feedback to the nervous system, improving coordination and spatial awareness. Over time, this leads to more precise, confident movement in everyday life. What's also fascinating is how these movements support the smaller, often overlooked muscles. As we age, larger muscle groups tend to be prioritized, while stabilizers and minor muscles that support joints and posture weaken. By performing daily motions that require balance, twisting, and controlled movement, Japanese elders naturally engage these smaller muscles without even thinking about it. This keeps the body aligned, protects joints, and enhances overall movement quality. Flexibility is another cornerstone of these routines. Instead of forcing themselves into extreme stretches, the elders perform gentle movements that extend the muscles and tendons gradually and safely. For instance, bending forward, reaching overhead, or rotating the shoulders keeps muscles long and joints mobile. Unlike rigid stretching routines that can feel uncomfortable or intimidating, these natural motions encourage the body to move fluidly, creating a sense of freedom in movement that is rare in later decades of life. There's also a mental component to these movements that enhances balance and body control. The elders often perform their daily routines with focus and attention, paying close mind to posture, alignment, and controlled breathing. This mindfulness trains the nervous system to coordinate movement more effectively, enhancing both physical and mental awareness. Over time, this improves not only balance and flexibility, but also confidence in the body's ability to handle daily activities without fear of injury. Another striking observation is how these movements make daily tasks easier and safer. Being able to bend, twist, reach, and shift weight efficiently directly translates to activities like climbing stairs, picking up groceries, or gardening. The improved balance and joint mobility reduce strain and fatigue, allowing older adults to remain independent and active. And it's not just about preventing problems. These movements also promote enjoyment and vitality. The fluid-controlled motions increase circulation, ease tension, and create a sense of energy in the body. People who practice these routines often report feeling lighter on their feet, more flexible, and more capable in their daily lives. The results are a combination of physical, mental, and emotional benefits that reinforce one another, creating a holistic sense of well-being. Another key aspect is that these movements are sustainable and adaptable. They can be performed anywhere, anytime, and modified to suit individual needs, making them accessible for people with varying levels of fitness or mobility. The elders show that you don't need a gym, special equipment, or complicated routines to maintain exceptional flexibility and balance. Consistency and intention are far more important than intensity or complexity. Over time, these movements create a foundation of physical resilience that allows the body to respond effectively to challenges, whether it's a sudden change in terrain, lifting an object, or simply getting up from a chair. The combination of improved joint flexibility, enhanced balance, engaged stabilizing muscles, and refined proprioception results in a body that is capable, confident, and graceful, even in later decades of life. By following similar practices, anyone over 50 can experience these same benefits, preserving mobility, independence, and overall quality of life while reducing the risk of injury and discomfort. It's a reminder that movement is not just exercise, it's the key to staying active, healthy, and vibrant well into your later years, and that the simplest, most natural movements, practiced consistently, can provide the most profound results.
One of the most empowering aspects of the movement routines practiced by Japanese elders is how accessible and adaptable they are for anyone over 50. These movements are not reserved for athletes or those with years of training. They are designed to fit seamlessly into daily life, making it possible for almost anyone to incorporate them and see meaningful results. Accessibility is key, especially as we age. Many people over 50 hesitate to start exercise routines because of joint pain, stiffness, past injuries, or fear of doing something wrong. The beauty of these Japanese elder movements is that they are low impact, gentle, and mindful, which reduces the risk of injury while still providing significant benefits. Each movement can be scaled to match your own comfort level, whether you are just starting out or already fairly active. For example, a squat can be performed to a depth that feels safe and controlled, while a reach or twist can be done only as far as your joints allow without strain. There is no pressure to achieve perfection or push beyond your limits. The goal is consistency, not intensity, and gradual improvement over time. Another aspect that makes these movements so practical is that they require no special equipment, expensive memberships, or dedicated space. You can perform them at home, in the living room, the kitchen, or even in the garden. This eliminates a major barrier that often stops people from maintaining a regular fitness routine. The simplicity of being able to start immediately without preparation or setup encourages adherence and helps create a habit that lasts for years. The routines are also highly adaptable to individual physical limitations or conditions. If someone has knee pain, they can modify squats or steps to reduce strain while still activating the same muscles. If someone has limited shoulder mobility, stretches and reaches can be adapted to prevent discomfort while improving flexibility. The key is to work with the body rather than against it, something Japanese elders have intuitively mastered over decades. This adaptability is crucial because one of the biggest challenges for people over 50 is finding routines that don't exacerbate pre-existing conditions. These movements provide a safe, effective way to maintain strength, flexibility, and balance without causing harm. The movements also support daily functionality, which is another reason they are so accessible. They are not abstract exercises that isolate a single muscle group. They are functional motions that mirror everyday actions. Bending to pick something up, reaching overhead, twisting the torso, stepping sideways, and shifting weight are all patterns that the body naturally performs. Practicing them deliberately reinforces proper mechanics and improves the body's ability to perform these movements efficiently and safely in real-life situations. This makes everyday tasks easier, reduces fatigue, and preserves independence, which is particularly valuable for those over 50.
A further advantage is that these movements don't require large blocks of time to be effective. Even a few minutes each day, performed consistently, can yield meaningful improvements. This is especially important for busy adults who struggle to dedicate long sessions to exercise. By integrating small sessions into the day, before breakfast, after a walk, or during a break, movement becomes a natural, sustainable habit rather than a burdensome chore. Psychological accessibility is equally important. When exercise feels intimidating, complex, or painful, it's easy to avoid it altogether. Japanese elder movements are simple, approachable, and easy to understand. This lowers mental barriers and fosters a sense of accomplishment, reinforcing the habit and building confidence. As individuals see improvements in mobility, balance, and strength, the motivation to continue grows, creating a positive feedback loop that supports long-term adherence. Another important factor is social and cultural reinforcement. In Japan, these movements are often part of communal routines or daily life, making it normal and expected to stay active even in older age. For those adopting these practices elsewhere, the principle remains the same. Consistent, simple movement integrated into daily life creates a structure that supports regular activity without external pressure or complexity. The movements also provide a foundation for gradual progression. Because they are safe and adaptable, you can start very gently and increase difficulty or range of motion as your body becomes stronger and more confident. This allows you to continuously challenge your body without risking injury, promoting steady improvements in strength, flexibility, and balance. Accessibility extends to mental adaptability as well. These movements encourage mindfulness, body awareness, and intentionality, which are just as important as physical execution. Paying attention to posture, alignment, breathing, and coordination strengthens the body-mind connection, enhancing the overall effectiveness of the practice. For older adults, this mental engagement supports not only movement quality, but also cognitive function, focus, and overall well-being. Consistency, adaptability, and accessibility combine to create a system that almost anyone over 50 can use to improve health and vitality. Whether you've been sedentary for years or already have some experience with exercise, these movements can be integrated into your daily life and adjusted to suit your needs. They provide a realistic, sustainable path to maintaining independence, mobility, and energy, while minimizing risk and discomfort. The Japanese elders' approach teaches a crucial lesson. You don't need to do extreme workouts, buy fancy equipment, or dedicate hours to a gym to see results. All you need is a routine of intentional, gentle, functional movements performed consistently with attention to your body's signals. Over time, this daily commitment translates into improved posture, joint health, strength, balance, and confidence, allowing older adults to move through life with ease and vitality. By making these movements part of your daily routine, you can experience the same kind of resilience and mobility that allows Japanese elders to remain active and independent well into advanced age.
One of the most inspiring things about the movement habits of Japanese elders is how daily practice can help you feel lighter, move easier, and maintain independence as you age. It's not just about exercising for appearance or strength, it's about creating a body that works with you rather than against you as you go through life. After 50, many people notice subtle changes: stiffness in joints, less fluid movement, slower reaction times. But the elders showed that these changes are not inevitable. By incorporating small, intentional movements every day, they maintain a sense of vitality and freedom in their bodies that many younger adults envy. Feeling lighter doesn't just mean losing weight. It's about reducing tension, improving posture, and moving with more efficiency. When your body is balanced, joints are flexible, and muscles are engaged appropriately, every movement, from standing up to reaching for something on a shelf, requires less effort. Over time, this translates into a feeling of ease, energy, and freedom that permeates daily life. Japanese elders achieve this not through extreme workouts, but through repeated functional movements that strengthen muscles, maintain joint mobility, and improve balance. Squats, gentle twists, lunges, and stretches are integrated into daily tasks in ways that may seem subtle, but their impact is cumulative. Performing these movements consistently trains the body to move efficiently, which makes every activity feel lighter and less strenuous. Another critical aspect is balance and coordination. Maintaining stability is one of the most important factors in aging gracefully. Falls, wobbly steps, and loss of control over movement are common concerns for people over 50, but the elders' routines counteract this naturally. Their movements engage stabilizing muscles throughout the body, including the core, hips, and legs, which support better balance and coordination. They also practice shifting weight, controlled bending and twisting motions that challenge proprioception, the body's ability to sense its position in space. Over time, this constant engagement reinforces muscle memory and neuromuscular control, allowing movements to feel effortless and confident. Independence is another major benefit. When you maintain strength, flexibility, and balance, you can continue performing everyday activities without relying on others. Carrying groceries, climbing stairs, gardening, or playing with grandchildren becomes easier and safer. This independence is not just physical, it contributes to a sense of confidence and self-reliance, which profoundly impacts overall quality of life. The Japanese elders' approach shows that maintaining independence doesn't require extreme exercise or long hours at the gym. It comes from integrating functional, intentional movements into daily routines consistently over time. This approach also supports joint health. Gentle, low-impact movements keep cartilage nourished and joints lubricated, reducing stiffness and discomfort. Flexibility in the shoulders, hips, and spine allows for full range of motion, while strengthening surrounding muscles provides stability. These benefits make everyday tasks easier and reduce the likelihood of pain or injury that could otherwise limit independence. There's also a mental and emotional component. Daily movement, when done with focus and intention, enhances body awareness and mindfulness. Paying attention to posture, alignment, and breathing creates a mind-body connection that improves overall movement quality. This mindfulness not only reduces the risk of injury, but also fosters a sense of calm, clarity, and confidence, which are essential for maintaining a positive outlook as we age. The cumulative effect of daily movement is profound. At first, the benefits may feel subtle. Slightly easier steps, less stiffness in the morning, more control during bending or reaching, but over weeks and months, these small improvements add up to a noticeable transformation. Movements that once felt challenging become second nature, and the body responds with greater agility, strength, and ease. Another reason these movements are so effective is their simplicity. There's no need for complicated routines or expensive equipment. The elders perform 7 core movements, repeated daily with attention and care. Each movement is purposeful, functional, and adaptable, allowing anyone to start at their own pace. This simplicity encourages consistency, which is far more important than intensity or duration when it comes to long-term results. Social and lifestyle factors also play a role. In many Japanese communities, movement is a natural part of daily life, rather than a separate scheduled activity. Walking, bending, stretching, and engaging in chores are all opportunities to maintain mobility. Adopting a similar mindset allows people over 50 to integrate movement naturally into their day, making it easier to maintain the habit and experience its cumulative benefits. Energy levels also improve as a result of these movements. By activating muscles, improving circulation, and enhancing lung capacity, the body becomes more efficient in generating energy for daily tasks. This translates into a feeling of lightness and vitality that carries through the day, making routine activities feel less tiring and more enjoyable. The combination of improved balance, joint mobility, strength, flexibility, and energy creates a holistic sense of well-being. People who practice these movements consistently report feeling more confident, agile, and capable, experiencing less fear of falling or injuring themselves, and enjoying a greater sense of independence. It's a reminder that aging doesn't have to mean slowing down or losing control over your body. By following these simple, intentional daily movements, anyone over 50 can maintain functionality, energy, and independence, supporting a higher quality of life and a sense of freedom in daily activities. The Japanese elders demonstrate that these results are achievable not through extreme or complex exercise programs, but through consistent, mindful, functional movement that becomes a natural part of life. Over time, the body adapts, strength and flexibility improve, balance is maintained, and the ability to move with ease and confidence is preserved. These movements prove that with the right approach, you can feel lighter on your feet, move with fluidity, and maintain independence, allowing you to embrace life fully, even as you age.